Mel Albin. I'm the host and the founder of the Jazz Confusion
My
Power
name
Hour.
is Dion Parson, and I'm honored to share my passion of music with you, our listening audience, through my cultural heritage.
Things can change for you too. If you want to be brand new, that is absolutely possible.
Hello, everybody. Let me take my glasses off to welcome everybody. I'm Mel Albin. I'm the founder of the Jazz Confusion Power Hour. This is a weekly show where we bring you some of the best artists in jazz and jazz crossover music. We cover anything that hits jazz country, jazz rock, jazz gospel, jazz, um, uh, anything, anything that touches on jazz. And we also bring you artists that are absolutely fascinating. And the purpose of the show is that you get to know the artist in a way that you wouldn't normally be able to see them and hear them. They talk about their music, how they construct their music, their lives, the complexity of the music industry, and how they work hard to bring you the music that we all love so much. So the Jazz Confusion Power Hour, it's just a different kind of show. We take you backstage into the daily life of the artist, and we broadcast weekly on the Source TV radio network. We stream live in 4K and Dolby True HD, so you get excellent sound reproduction. Source is a nonprofit 501c3 radio station supporting jazz and Black and minority micro businesses to build scale so they can get on the finance industry's radar and ultimately create and increase the generational transmission of family wealth in the community to create equality and equity. We depend on listener contributions, on the artists who appear in our shows and mutual support, and also sponsors to cover up costs of broadcasting. So any contribution you make to Source keeps jazz alive and well, and we greatly appreciate. Your donations are, remember, are always tax deductible, so we appreciate any donation you make to Source. The Power Hour has had over 150 amazing artists, well known and becoming well known, both musicians and vocalists. Some of the artists on the Power Hour have included Eric Roberson, Mesa, Brian Culberson, Paul Brown, Raheem Devon, Reagan Whiteside, Alex Harris, Greg Adams, Tom Brown, Costella, Eric Darius, Pieces of a Dream, Kamasi Washington, Keiko Matsui, Kim Scott, Cheryl Crow, Billy Ocean, Annie Lennox, Dwelle, Marie Antoinette, Her, Aaron Stevenson, Mavis Swan Poole, Samara Joy, Jeff Bradshaw, Tammy McCann, Jeff Beck, and Eric Burden. So I want you to know that we have an amazing array of excellent artists, many of whom you already know. Well, tonight is no exception. We have a Washington, D.C. native. She began singing, songwriting, and playing the piano with her father in church at the age of 10. From humble beginnings, her singing aspirations began at the age of 10 with father-daughter duets at the neighborhood church. She credits her early influences to the likes of Gladys Knight, Marvin Gaye, Anita Baker, Stevie Wonder, and Aretha Franklin. She continued writing songs, singing, and playing the piano for church choir, and over the years further developed her craft, a fusion of old school jazz, gospel, R&B, blues, and hip hop influences, produce an eclectic feel and a good sound. She has written songs with Spur of the Moment and Kenny Allen and performed with the legendary Godfather of GoGo music Chuck Brown and Marcus Johnson. Her fans describe her as passionate, soulful, and vocally magnetic, a fusion of old school jazz, gospel, R&B, blues, and hip hop that produces an eclectic feel and a good sound. Her gift of poetry and storytelling come alive through her rich and captivating voice. Since 2015, she's released, the albums Testimony, A Soul Set Free, and Chronicles of Life, as well as four singles, If Only I Knew, Keep Steppin', Wishing on a Star, and Water. Through emotional honesty and transparent lyrics, her music reflects the struggles of everyday people. Music Connection said of her, this soul R&B singer has a terrific voice and is clearly a seasoned jazz and choral singer. It's the kind of voice that is easily able to convey the sweet love of a song, like Can't Love You More, which we'll be playing for you tonight, which showcases the artist's classic soul chops. Hope shifts to a more modern edge with a hip hop sound, complete with an edgy sarcasm. Hope Your Life is Great. In her lyrics, we especially like how she pushes her voice into a raspy zone among hi hats and chimes, right up to the song's extended piano outro. Please welcome tonight's very special guest, Miss Tyra Leone.
How are you?
Well, how did you like your introduction?
Hey, look here. Look here. If I ever need to be introduced, I will definitely call on you.
Okay. I've been following your career now for almost 10 years. And, the music, your voice is just beautiful. And,
Thank you.
it's so adaptable to different genres and subgenres. That's a very unique talent. So what I like to do, if you don't mind, to start off the show, is for you to
Okay.
tell everybody what's cooking, what's going on in 2025. What do you have? What are you doing in terms of performances or new releases, etc.
Okay. So let's start with something. Most of the time, people always seem to mispronounce my name. So it's Tyra Levone. It's a weird spelling, but Levon was my father's middle name, and I rightfully earned it as his child. My brother also had the exact same middle name, so it's Tyra Levon. I know the E makes it look like Levone, but it's Levon. So um, anyway, yes. So what's cooking? Let's see. Currently, I am working on trying to get together my shows. I had a little setback last year because I had issues with my thyroid that I did not know existed. Literally almost had like a near death experience. Just out of the blue, my thyroid just acted up, and I found myself in a thyroid crisis in the hospital. And so I ended up having to have my thyroid removed on Valentine's Day last year. So that was the significance for me for the release of water being on Valentine's Day, because it was a milestone. It was a celebration of the fact that, yeah, it's all coming back together. I was, yeah, it was a hard 2024 was really, really hard emotionally for me because I was really unsure of how, it was going to all pan out. So my plan this year is I am well into the process of completing bookings for all my shows. And as we spoke about, trying to work on the plan for a tour internationally. So,
Wonderful, wonderful. I like to give people some background. When they hear your music, they often will say to themselves, "How in the world did she get there?" But they never know. So tonight you're
right.
going to tell everybody. Tell us a little bit about your childhood, your household. What music was being played. What was your first introduction to music?
Hmm. Okay. Um, my childhood, I always tell people I had an amazing childhood. I had two great parents, very different, but very great, had their own significance about them and who they were and how they were. My father was very strong, bold, outspoken. He was an entrepreneur, and he was also a singer. My father sung with the likes of Little Richard, James
Oh,
Brown.
wow.
He's been all up and through the Washington, D.C., Virginia, Pennsylvania, the Carolinas, singing in bands. But my start to music with my father originated at our church, Mount Rona Baptist Church in Northwest Washington, D.C., where my father was what we would call now, present day, a minister of music, pretty much is what he was. And he directed, he led the choirs. He wasn't the director. We had another director. But that was where I got my start. was in the choir, and that was actually my first solo. Was with my father. The song was "Come Ye Disconsolate." Was the first solo publicly that I ever sung, and I mean, I was shaking inside. I was scared to death, but my father was like King Kong to me, so he said I could do it, and I did it. So yeah, that was kind of where my start became. Well, I was introduced rather, to music was through my upbringing, my spiritual upbringing. And in my home, it was always music, jazz. My father loved all kind of music. So I listened to jazz, R&B, country. He was never really, rap and all of that. Go-go was not really his thing, but he was not opposed to it because he was just a music lover. But for the most part, it was, um, uh, goodness, what was the one artist he loved? I'm losing it. Patti
Sure.
LaBelle. He loved,
Yeah.
of course, Aretha Franklin, Gladys Knight, Minnie Riperton, um, Frankie Beverly. He loved Mays. He loved Barry White.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, I could go on forever, but he played everything under the sun. But I think jazz, honestly, if I could say what was his favorite, jazz. That was all we listened to on the way to church from church was jazz.
Yeah. Well, did you carry that into public school? Did you play any instrument, or were you in the band or in chorus?
So yes, I took piano from the time that I was a young child. I played piano for the choirs in my church for almost 15 years.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
and in school, I played for a while. I did not want to play piano. My father pretty much made me play. He kind of pushed me into it, and I was more interested in singing. I really did not have an interest in playing piano, so I did just the bare minimum to get me
So
through. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, so you preferred singing to play.
Yes, I definitely preferred surely singing over playing, but I could play. I had an ear, I could hear, and I did not want to learn how to read music because I really didn't want to play. So I just put probably minimal effort into doing it, but I just could do it, So and I got paid to do it. I worked for the church, and it was just money that I could make easy. So yeah, and I did it. And then after a while, I was just like, yeah, I'm done. I don't want to do that anymore. So I stopped playing and I kind of more focused on my writing. But in school, when you said, did I carry it into school? I think in my high school years, I never really saw myself as being able to be an artist because access to the big stage back then was so different than it is now in music. So I just did not see myself being able to do the things that I'm doing now. But, we have such a different, venue and way of going about getting the music exposure that, it just seems more realistic. So
I'm curious, with all your father's connections to other great artists, there weren't any doors that could be open for you even back then?
So weirdly enough, as much as he knew probably any and everybody, my father did not want me to sing R&B.
Ah,
He did
okay.
not. He wanted me to sing gospel, which I love. I mean, I love gospel. I love singing gospel. Um, I think as I grew up and you get a little bit more vocal and a little bit bolder about the things you're willing to say to your parents. Because when I grew up, you didn't talk back at all, right? But what my mother informed me was it wasn't that he did not want me to sing R&B. He was afraid because the atmosphere in R&B was not, that of promise and safety. And I think, it was a lot of drugs behind the scenes. And he was just afraid that if my child goes into this, I don't know who she's gonna get mixed up with.
Right.
And so I think that was just a protective nature trying to keep me out of the realm of danger because he had seen it himself, you know, up close and personal. So he knew, what was there. So, I mean, I understand.
So after high school, what came next? Did you pursue music at all?
So, after high school, I am a licensed cosmetologist. I own a daycare, which I've had for 24 years. And after high school, I did not, again, I never saw myself actually being able to pursue or in my eyes, have the access that I really needed. And, you meet people, and a lot of times people want you to jump all kind of hoops to have the access and do the things, and there are certain things that I'm not willing to do to have access to anything. You know what I mean? More important to me is my spirit and my soul and my conscience. So certain things I'm just not going to do. So I just never saw myself being able to actually have the opportunity. So I lived life and I worked, but I have written from the time I was probably 12, 13. I started writing music. I started writing poems, and then I started turning the poems into songs. So the gift has always been there, and it's always been brewing, but the pursuit took a long time for me to really step out on it and start it.
So when would you mark the beginning of your professional career as an artist?
Hmm. Um, the beginning of my actual public, let's say, now that we have social media, internet, public career would probably be more just as of recent, maybe 2000 and I want to say 2014
Hmm.
when I released my first CD, 2015, I believe it was. I have sung for years on stages, weddings, funerals, functions, parties, all kind of things, but professionally actually pursuing, my music started at the release of Testimony. And that was, the pretty much the foundation of Testimony, a soul set free.
Well, how did it come about? How did you suddenly say, "I'm going to produce a CD"? I mean, how did it
So
happen?
Testimony, it was brewing. It was probably brewing for about 4 or 5 years prior to the release, right? But you oftentimes we walk around with these gifts and these callings, and we seem to sometimes move in fear, and it's just real for everybody, honestly. There's a doubt, an uncertainty that we kind of let cloud, the reality that is always going to be in the back of your mind, that thing that you're supposed to be doing. And what happened is a friend of mine's nephew was killed unexpectedly. And it just really, it just hit really, really hard for me to watch these people who I called family then to hurt. Just everyone was just crushed. And I remember driving across Woodrow Wilson Bridge and just crying, just so confused as to why would this happen? And I made a promise that I would do that in honor of him, and I did it. So, and the song that is about that situation, it's a very emotional situation, and I try not to a lot of times talk about it, but the song is called I Don't Understand. It's Understand, actually, is the title. And it's on the Soul Set Free project. And that was the push. When I made that promise to Brian, what Brian is his name, when I made that promise in my prayer that I would do this in memory of him, I'd never stopped. Like I literally
So
was
how
in.
did, excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt, but how did you put it together? Did you have musicians? Did you
Yep.
have a
Yep.
music director, an engineer, a manager, or something? A
No,
producer?
so music, uh, being a writer, I say to people all the time, is almost like a blessing and a curse. Music is in my head all the time. I'm writing constantly. I'm in the shower and a song will come to me. I'll grab my phone. I'm in the car, song will come. I'll grab my phone. I'm in my sleep. I'll wake up. I literally wrote Better Place out of my sleep on a vacation. I woke up singing the hook to Better Place. It was in my dreams. And when I woke up, I kept singing it, walking out to the pool. And a friend of mine said, "What are you singing?" And I said, "This song is ringing in my head." And I just kept singing the hook over and over again. And literally, when I got home, I went to the bathroom and the verses just came instantly. So when I made up my mind to do it, some of the songs that are on the project, I had already begun writing. So what I had to do was sit down mentally and spiritually and sift through what I wanted Testimony to look like and be about. And Testimony of Soul Set Free for me was just that. It was me releasing that fear of ridicule, uncertainty. My music is not, to me, it's not typical R&B in a lot of ways because it fuses in so many things. I have gospel roots that are very strong, you know.
So how did you get to the studio? How did you put this all together? That's what I'm really interested in.
So I have, you know, I have tons of friends who are musicians, you know, so getting to the studio is not a hard thing. Kenny Allen and I from Spur of the Moment are very close. He was very instrumental in helping me. My cousin Alton Jackson, amazing producer, singer,
okay.
Siobhan Jackson. So I had, you know, a team of people. Warren Jones was introduced to me by my cousin Alton Jackson. Amazing blessing. Like I said, if it wasn't for them, I would not have been able to do it. But you know, by the grace of God, I was blessed with a team who just came in around me and they just, you know, pushed me, you know, and it just got done. It just got done.
Well, that's what I was really interested in. So the resources were already there. It just needed you to get there.
That part.
Yeah. Well, look, I want people to hear your music. So I want to start off playing your recent release, which is charting. It's in the top 20 on Mediabase. Congratulations.
Thank
it's
you.
Called Water. So why don't you tell everybody a little bit about the backstory on Water?
Ooh. So I am in a space of writing and talking about and sharing the loves of my life, the things that I have loved, the experiences that I've had. And water is that. Water is that person, that love that is not replaceable. It's not there's no comparison. That person that checks the boxes, that knows you, sees you, breathes you. So and pretty much it's just that. They are the thirst quencher. So and that's where water came from. Water is a dedication to love.
Is it released as a single or is it part of an LP?
Yes, it's a single. It is a single.
Wonderful. Okay, well, let's play it for everybody. Let's play Water by Tyra Levone. Okay?
All right. Your love is my water. Water. Your love is my water. Funny when I think of you and all the silly things we used to do. The way you looked at me, summons ecstasy. Every desire you quenched, it was evident. Anyone who saw could see love perfectly. With every thought I explode from memory overload.
You live like blood in me, my sweet peace. You gave me the rest I need. You love me naked. My heart can't take it. All that I want for me is more. You and me, you love my order. Hey,
Hello.
Hi.
I have to apologize to everyone. The second time tonight, the station went down and I had to restart everything, but the broadcast seems to have gone out. It's just in my studio, I lost communication, so I apologize. But
Oh,
everybody heard the song. It's such a beautiful song.
thank you. Thank you.
I,
I
I,
appreciate
I, I love that song, Water. It's just really spectacular. So,
you.
let me just get myself back together here. There we are. Okay. This has never happened to me before. This is the first. I never had the studio just go down like that.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right. Not a
So we're
worry.
we're good. It's on Facebook. Anybody can watch this on my station. We have now over 100,000 people listening in.
Mhm.
You can also watch this on Facebook, on Source Radio Facebook, and on Source Radio YouTube. Also, it's being broadcast live and recorded on those stations too.
Okay.
So, so let's talk about more about your music career. You've had some memorable on-stage performances. You've been
Mhm.
on stage with the creator of GoGo, Chuck Brown. So you've really had some interesting stage appearances with some really memorable and great artists. Um,
Mhm.
but um, what would you say when you look on your career so far? When you look at your recordings and you look at your performances, what stands out the most to you that was a milestone for you up till now?
Hmm.
What would you choose? A stage performance, a recording?
Um, well, I would definitely choose stage performance over recording.
Yeah.
Recording is fun, but it's tedious. It's just repeating the same thing over and over because I do all of my backgrounds. I'm part of the production, everything. I am part of every aspect of the creation of my music. Most of the time, I go to the producer, keyboard player, guitar, whatever I hear strongest, and I give them the melody or what I hear in my head. Um, and I am definitely I make it my business to be intertwined in every part of the production of the actual music. But um, for me,
Yeah.
what
Yeah. If you had to choose a stage performance, which one would you choose?
which one that I've already done
Yeah, that really, has
that really stood out
was a milestone.
for me, it would be testimony. It's going to always be that CD release for testimony. I did that at Bethesda Jazz and Blues, which is in Bethesda, Maryland,
Yeah, yeah.
to a sold out audience. Um, and it was life changing. It was an amazing experience. Um, I literally say to people when I have to describe the moment or the atmosphere in the room, it was almost like when I stepped out on stage, I just felt like so much weight, like change just dropped off of me, you know? So many things that I
That
had been carrying all my life when it came to my music, I literally, every step I took, I just could feel myself being empowered. That's
that's
the
a
best way
yeah.
for me to describe that feeling.
That's what I was looking for, that cathartic moment, and obviously
Yeah,
it's with
it
Bethesda
was
Blues with testimony.
it was
That's
amazing.
great.
It was
I wanted to talk about songwriting with you, but you've been talking about it more or less.
mm,
I'm just curious. Um, since you do play piano, how does the creative process begin? You've talked about you've had tunes in your head, even when you wake up from sleep. When you go to the ocean or whatever you might be doing.
anyway.
But is there a process, or is it just serendipitous? It just happens. You sit down and you have a tune in your mind and you put it on the piano. What do you do?
Yeah, it's really weird sometimes. For me, it just all depends. Um, I wrote a song maybe 3 weeks ago, three weeks, yeah, about 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, yes, that I went to Chicago and I recorded three songs. And two of them I wrote 3 weeks ago. And the one song I wrote it, I woke up in the morning and was watching TV and couldn't sleep. And I heard a melody and I instantly paused the TV, and I literally started writing what I heard in my head, and I wrote the song in probably like 20 minutes.
That's, you know,
It
that's
was
the way.
it's crazy sometimes. And sometimes it doesn't flow like that. Like I had one song that I wrote the first verse and I couldn't figure out the hook. It was so weird. It was the craziest. And I kept saying, what do I want this hook to be about? And that does not often happen to me. But most of the times I do come up with the verses before I get the hook. Now, lately, as of late, I have found that I have been coming up with the hooks just off the top of my head. Like there's a song that I just literally wrote it probably in, I'm going to say again, 20, 30 minutes, called Contender. And I mean, the guy who does my vocal production and music production, his name is Gerald Damien. He actually is from Detroit, lived here in Washington, D.C., and then moved to Chicago. So I fly to Chicago and we just kind of hang out for days and just.
When you get a song and you say, aha, I got this, who's your go-to person? Who do you play it for first?
Most of the time it is going to be him, JD. Gerald, his name is Gerald Damien.
Okay.
So I'll play it for him. And the other person I'll play it for is one of my best friends, Ingra. My other best friend, Rhonda. Those are normally the first people that I let hear it, just to see kind of what they think about it.
I'm curious. Did
Yeah.
either of them ever say no?
No.
Okay. Just curious.
No, they better not. No, I honestly I have never written anything that, now I've written things that once I do them, I'm just like, no. And I think sometimes it is, once you add the nuances to the song. So maybe we should talk about my studio process. That
Well,
may better.
let's do this. Okay. I want to get all your music in. Let's play "Wishing on a Star." I want you to, and then you'll tell people a little bit about that. But then I want to come back to exactly what you want to talk about, the studio production process. Okay. But I want people to hear your music. So we'll play "Wishing on a Star," and you'll tell everybody about it as soon as we play it. Okay.
All right. Perfect.
You got some fans making comments.
Okay.
Tyra, I've been a fan. I have everything you ever released. I love you, girl. Jasmine Smith.
Oh, that's sweet. Can I type this back to her?
Well, no, you can't. You can't hear. She won't see the comments. These are private comments, but she won't see them.
Okay.
But
Oh,
you can thank her. She's a
so much,
sweetheart.
Jasmine. I so appreciate you, sweetheart. Keep listening, keep supporting. Thank you, Bobby.
Yep,
Oh,
love your voice. You have a new fan. Great arrangement
thank
too.
you so much. Thank you. It means so much to me.
Here's another one, Cole Younger. Beautiful old school sound.
Oh, yes, yes,
You
yes.
got
Very.
you have
I take that old school wonderfully. I love it. Thank you.
well, you have a number of other fans here, other people writing in too. We have to
Oh,
move with the show. I'll put up some more comments as we go along, but you have like 10 comments already from people
yeah.
who love that song. So why
Good.
don't you tell everybody a little bit about the song that we just played, "Wishing on a Star."
Hmm. Wishing on a star. Wow. I was wishing on a star. That's
Is,
the
is
best
that
I can
is that
say.
how
Yeah.
it came to you? When did you think about it? When did you
So
compose?
I that was a collab I did with a gentleman by the name of Ronnie Song. And I wanted to do a cover. You know, most of my music, pretty much everything that you hear on my project, they're all originals, and I wrote every song, every word of every song, pretty much. Um, I have one song that Warren Jones, who produces for me, wrote the hook. He gave me the hook, and then said, "What? Tell me what you can come up with." And that's the song "Can't Love You More." Amazing song, but I wanted to do a cover, and Wishing on a Star was what I picked because it was the space that I was um, in my life. It was during COVID, and yeah, sometimes you have a love, and it's just timing is just wrong. It's just things are just wrong. They're wrong. But I was wishing on a star, so that was a dedication to my love. That was really it, truthfully.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I have a kind of an esoteric kind of question for you. If you could collaborate with any musician or vocalist, a songwriter, an arranger, producer from any era, any
Gosh.
place in the world, anytime, any place, who would be number one on your bucket list?
Yee. Number one. So you can't give me one. You got to give me a little bit of room. But number one of the one person that's an artist that I just always loved her spirit, her energy, is with Tina Turner.
Oh, yeah, great choice.
Tina Turner was just, yeah. I would have loved to have been able to do that. But current, let's see.
You know what's love got to do with it, right?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, nothing, nothing. Let's see. Now, male artists. I love Maxwell, Eric
Oh,
Benet. I love their writing. I love Eric Benet and Maxwell. Um, and if I could think of a woman, I'm absolutely a Jill Scott lover. A-
ah, yeah.
Absolutely a fan.
I've been
I
trying to
love,
get her on my show forever.
oh my goodness. I love me some Jill
I do
Scott.
too. Yeah,
Yeah. So if I could collab with someone,
good choices.
it would be Jill Scott.
Good choices. Love it. Okay, so we're running out of time, unfortunately. So I'm gonna
Okay.
have to skip some of the questions I wanted to answer. We'll have to have you come back again,
Yeah,
because
sure.
you got so much to talk about. When
Right.
people listen to your music, what do you want your music to tell them about you, about who you are?
I have a motto that it's not just music, it's a movement. And I don't know that I want my music to so much tell people something about who I am. I want my music to tell them something about who they are. I believe that we have more likeness as people than we do differences.
Yep,
Um, and a lot of my music has an inspiring undertone. And I'm always about encouraging people to know who they are, be strong in who you are, trust who you are, and to just live life out loud, you know. Yeah, live big, live bold, you know. Like I said, that CD release for Testimony for me was life changing. It was the start of the unveiling of the fear and the just the lack that I felt when it came to my gift, because I just never saw myself in this space.
I got you.
And I believe there's so many people who have gifts and talents who sit on it. And I just feel like, you know, God gave you that. What you have is yours. No one else has it. So you have to step out and have the faith and believe in yourself in order for you to bring to fruition that which you have inside, or it will eat you alive. It really will.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. An unfulfilled life is a life that's difficult to live.
yeah, it is. It is.
I get it. I get it completely.
Yes. And I lived that life for a long time. So
Well, I got another question for you. What is the next song that you haven't written yet that's in the back of your mind? What's it
so
about?
I started a song yesterday, I think, yes, day before yesterday. And what came to me was deal with it. Deal with it. So now that comes out, you know, and it probably will, because I was listening
Okay.
to it actually this morning, and I was like, where am I going with this song? So I just, all I had was deal with it, and I have the melody in my head of what I wanted to do. So, but I
That's
have,
great.
outside of that, I have nothing.
For all you listeners, you've heard the next hit song from Tyra. You've heard it here. It's not even complete in her head yet, but she's working on it.
No, deal with it.
I want to play another of your songs because the time's running down as it always does. The hour goes by so quickly. I want to play Can't Love You More. I love this song.
Mm.
And this is a great, great song. So what's the song about? And is this are all your songs personal?
Oh yes. Oh yes. I'm always writing from the perspective of either what I live or what I see. It could be a story about you. It could be about this interview, you know. But yes, it's all personal to me, definitely.
And Can't Love You More. What's the story behind that song?
Can't Love You More was a time in my life where I was in a situational relationship where um, I needed to be seen and heard and supported in the ways in which I was giving. And I had to realize and learn that in life, you can't love anything more than you love yourself. You just can't. You have to put you first. And I mean everything. You have to, because if you are pouring from an empty glass, it's no pour, you know. So I had to realize that, and that's where Can't Love You More was birthed. Like I said, the hook itself was written by Warren Jones of Washington, D.C. And when he gave it to me, I literally sat there like, okay, where am I going with this? And I went home and I literally slept on my couch downstairs and I played the music that he had given me. We sat there till like 3 or 4 in the morning. He literally produced the entire song.
Wow.
And all I had was that hook. And I slept with my headphones on and I just let it play in my head. And I literally woke up. I put my feet on the floor and instantly it was like, oftentimes we don't see eye to eye. I'm not sure you understand. And there it went.
Great. So let's play it for everybody, and then we'll talk a little bit more.
All right.
I wish we had so much more time, but we don't.
Okay.
I'm going to play now Can't Love You More by Tyra Levone. Everybody enjoy.
even comprehend. No more regrets or standing still. I will not live in fear. Though I love you and I want you there, my dreams are staying here. And I know that you love me. I can't love you more than I love me. Once before, I let life and love cloud my destiny. But I'm different. My heart's been changed. My soul has been set free. I'm not saying you feel this way. I just want to make it clear. Though I love you and I want you there, my dreams are staying here. Oh, and I know that you love me. I can't love you. I can't love you more than I love me. 'Cause I love you. I love you. And I know that you love me. I can't love you. Can't love you more than I love me. Life is too short and sweet to let it pass me by. No, I wanna let nothing and no one have me standing back, asking why. And I know that you love me. I can't love you. I can't more than I love me. 'Cause I love you. I love you. I love you, and I know that you love me. I can't love you more than I love me. I love you. I want you. I can't love you. I can't want you more. I love you.
Back, beautiful song.
Oh,
You have a
yes.
lot more fans. If they're making comments. Tom Christensen, this song really resonates with me. Is it a single or part of an LP?
It's part of a LP. It was my first CD, Testimony, A Soul Set Free.
Terrific. Dennis Logan, lovely song, so well written, beautiful voice, Tyra.
Thank you so much, Dennis. I appreciate you.
Nancy Thomas, love the lyrics, love your voice, love the music.
Oh, thank you. God bless you.
Alan Woodson, I love the song. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Rich,
Thank you, Richard.
Richard
Thank you.
Sampson, soulful.
Thank you.
You got,
Yay.
you got a lot of new fans out there tonight.
Yay. Yay. You got to get all the music, y'all. Come on now.
Definitely, definitely. So, okay, let's move along and let's
Mhm.
talk a little bit more before we run out of time completely. Um, if I had to ask you, what unique challenges or opportunities you face every day in order to keep creating the music that you do? With all the changes in the music industry, with everything going on around us, how do you, what are you the what would you say is your singular biggest challenge?
uh, Pretty much just the work life music balance. You have to do the things that pay the bills, and then you have to do the things that feed the spirit. And music feeds the spirit. My other business says pay the bills. So it can be a major challenge trying to make the time to do all the things that need to be done. And now that we live in a world of people who want to be pretty much part of your life, like want to be right in this bedroom with you, asking questions and listening to the music and what are you doing, social media. And that's a problem for me because I am what I call a extroverted introvert. I am truly a introvert. I like to be to myself. I'm okay with my me time, my home, but I can go out and function and have a ball. I'm very social. I'm polite. But if you ask me where my happy place is, it's just right in my bed watching TV, listening to some music. My small intimate gatherings, you
You know,
know?
you know, I tell people all the time, I'm an
Yeah.
extrovert. I'm an extrovert. The problem is I don't like people.
I love people. Like I love when I go to my shows,
Yeah,
talking to people. I love it. But again, the challenge for me as an artist is really doing what I love and then doing what we have to do. And now in the music industry, everything is so public and social. They want you to post and post and post.
yeah.
And it's just,
Your
I don't have
private
time
life.
all the
You know,
time. I
it's,
have to.
it's it's a funny thing. One of the great writers of our in our history who wrote Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn. He had a house in Connecticut. He knew Bell, Alexander Graham Bell, and
Right.
who had the first telephone. So he had a telephone installed in his house. And after about 6 months, he had it taken out because he said, with the advent of the telephone, man's private life has come to an end. And that was
And
just the telephone.
yeah, imagine, it
It
makes
was
me think
Mark Twain.
my mother refused to allow us to buy her a cell phone. God rest her soul. She was like, I don't want to be reached all the time.
The time, yeah,
No,
yeah.
and she would never ever let me or my dad like, no, I don't want a cell
It's so funny. I used to love to go on car trips because no
phone.
one
Okay.
could reach me. Not
Yep.
anymore. Not
Oh
anymore.
yeah. They can reach you and follow you.
Oh yeah, track where you are, everything. You
Track
know.
you.
Let,
Yep.
let me
Yeah.
let me ask you another thought question. Knowing what you know now at this stage of your career, what advice would you give yourself on the day when you began to think about being an artist? What would you tell yourself? One important thing that you've learned up till now.
Jump. Jump. Just do it. You
Just
know.
do it. Okay.
I believe in life we talk ourselves out of the things, you know. And I would tell anyone in any walk of life, something that you want to do, your passions, your desires, the things of your heart, jump. Just do it. Just do it. Don't think about what people are going to say. I believe that your gift makes room for you in this world, and it was given to you for that reason, and for the purpose of you doing it. Execute. Just
Yeah,
execute.
that's the hardest thing for people to do, to stop making
Yeah.
lists of things they want to do and start doing
Mhm.
some of them.
and
It's
start
hard.
doing the things they
Yeah.
need to do. Yeah.
But it'll put them in a better place, which is the last song of the evening I want to play.
Yes, I love
So
them.
let
This
me
is one
play.
of my
Let me play "Better Place," and then we can tell everybody a little bit about that song, and then we'll
okay.
wrap it up for the evening. This is "Better Place" by Tyra Levone.
Sitting here, beating myself up with regrets. Oh, so much to the story, but the thing I'll never forget is I was living in a deficit, producing from the inefficient, operating from the old emotional, not understanding my abilities, feed on positive energy. Yeah. Let me clear to see that there was something better for me. That's why today, that I am in a better place. Who knew? Who knew today? But today I can say, so glad to say, I'm seeing the sun is still shining, and yet I'm never minding. That which has gone away is gone. There's no more to say, though it hurt me so. I'm just glad to know all things fade with time, but what I keep in mind, I was living in a deficit, producing from the inefficient, operating from the old emotional, not understanding my abilities, feed on positive energy. Yeah. Let me clear to see that there was something better for me. That's why. Today, who knew that today I would not hesitate? I'm seeing brighter days. Today I can breathe. I'm relieved I have made a decision to live. Oh, ready or not, take what you got. I have given all I plan to give. Oh, I feel better. I feel so much better. Oh, I'm so glad that I'm free. So glad I can be me. Much better. I feel so much better. I feel better. Oh, better. Oh, so much better. Hey. I'm in a better place.
just beautiful. We're so out of time, but I want to go through some of the comments. Richard Simpson, who was the pianist? Who arranged this masterpiece? I'm blown away by your music. You have another fan.
Oh, thank you so much. The instrumentalist, the pianist, and the producer of it, his name is Chris Evans. Amazing, amazing producer.
Wonderful. Another one, Tracy Masterson. Love your music tonight. It's so beautiful and hopeful.
Yes, yes, and that's exactly what I want, Tracy. Exactly.
They get the joke.
That's it. That's it.
Pete Best, you are incredible. I'm uplifted.
There you go. Once again, that is what I want. That is what I want.
Queenie
Hi,
Robbins.
come on, feel so much better.
All right.
Yes,
I mean, there's so many more that I'd like to put up here that we don't have time for. And we've kind of run out of time. And I really want to have you back. I've enjoyed the evening with you. We
yes.
have over 150,000 people who have listened in tonight, from all over the world.
Okay.
And they've gotten to hear some of your wonderful music. So why don't you tell everybody where they can find out where you're performing next, what songs or music are coming out, where they should look on your social media or your website? Why don't you just tell everybody?
Okay. Most of what I'm going to post at any point is going to be on Instagram. As I said, life does not afford me the ability to be all over all the things. So I'm not TikTok and Snapchat and none of the other things. So most of what you're going to get is going to come on Instagram. My name, Tyra, Tyra Levone, Levone. And most times I will post any shows that I have will be there. Any upcoming interviews, anything that I have that's a live performance, or even just online. If I'm going to do something on Instagram, I will post it there. I definitely will begin to be posting more in the next coming week or so. I've been trying to get my website was hacked, so I had to get that redone. Yeah, it was hacked. I had a bathing suit picture of some other people on the front, so it was crazy, but it happens. So yeah, just if you follow me on Instagram, my Instagram stuff automatically dumps to my Facebook. If you send me a message on Facebook, I may not see it, so it's best if you send it on Instagram, or you can send it to Tyra at tyralevone.com. Is my email.
Well, Tyra, it's been a wonderful evening. I thank you so much for taking the time to spend with us. I know you made a lot of new fans tonight. And for people that already know your music, some of the people said they already have everything you've ever released. So
yes,
so you have some fans and new ones too. So look, we're gonna have to have you back. You want to hang around a little after the show? We can chat for a few minutes.
Yes.
And I again thank you so much for being on the show tonight.
Thank you, Mel, and thank you to everyone who's supporting my new fans. I love it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Follow, share the music, and just keep me in your prayers. Thank you so much.
Good night.
All right.
Wow, that was really wonderful. I mean, she's so terrific. Wonderful, wonderful songwriter, terrific vocalist. She's got it all. So that was Tyra Levone. So be sure to follow her wherever you can. Next week, I have someone who's reappearing, who's been on my show before. He's an incredible songwriter, musician, vocalist, Wade C. Long. Wade's got a song that's charting on Media Base also right now. So tune in next week. You'll spend the evening with Wade C. Long, another wonderful artist for the Power Hour. So I want to thank everybody for listening in tonight. I'm Mel Albin. I'm your host, and I'll be saying goodnight to everyone. Bye-bye. I'm Mel Albin. I'm the host and the founder of the Jazz Confusion
My
Power
name
Hour.
is Dion Parson, and I'm honored to share my passion of music with you, our listening audience, through my cultural heritage.
Things can change for you too. If you want to be brand new, that is absolutely possible.